First, it was supposed to be today.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be today.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
you
he
have to
said that
inform
they have-
earlier.
It was supposed today, but
Prepare
then
for
back,
They
yeah,
changed.
If I prepare right now, it takes 14 more minutes.
Again, they changed the date, again I'm not free.
Then we said we won't be able to.
I know that, you told me
Take
about
time now. Now it's, look, I have only 4 more minutes.
I'm going on March 18th.
I will chant their name in the Sankalpa in this puja.
Me, Shweta, my
Yeah, whatever
I'm
it
going
is
with
on
my
the envelope.
daughter and
Yeah.
granddaughter. It will be here.
Yeah,
My wife, right?
yeah. Just a friend.
I'm so happy.
No.
Look, I'm having a good time.
You will be
You cannot
happy
walk.
here, that's
Good.
see both of you.
I think we should post it on the WhatsApp group. It was fun. We were with our daughter and granddaughters.
Kerala, right? You were Kerala.
Only two sponsors.
That's
One,
when we
two,
met all
three.
those people. Jawan.
There are these 3 people.
Of all the places, we met them on the road, from Kochi to Munnar.
Yeah, Shankar, do you know that even for all the way to Kerala?
Oh,
Munnar.
We are going to Munnar, we went to Chakri and all.
Tekari,
Beautiful place.
did you see all the wildlife?
We saw them at least forest gifts. So fine.
The March will be hot.
Washington now.
So it is.
It'll be hot.
Already, the weather is being.
It's nights are cooler right now. Day is hot.
It is yet a
And when you go in March,
Some kind of.
Good Ayodhya.
Try to go say.
so you're flying into
Good. Mumbai.
Oh, you
And then to Mumbai, we are taking another local.
you're going from Philadelphia or
No, we are going from JFK.
Yeah.
Because Shweta, my daughter, she lives in New York. So I will go to her house from there. We'll go to JFK.
JFK is very nice. Oh, that's too far.
चंद्रुबिंदे सुखाय सततम नमः कल्याणे प्रणताम प्रदेश दे गुरुमे नमो नमः ओम ऐं ह्रीं चामुंडाय जय ओम जगन्नाथ श्री गणपते नमः प्रार्थना पूर्वक नमस्कार समर्पयामि.
You will see yourself on YouTube afterwards. Okay. So that you can see.
And the rest of the other prasad you may have to follow. Okay, thank you. So 1, 2, 3. I'm waiting for our other 3 German.
Look at it. Because when we went to Goa last year, I also went to Bahari. I was very happy with the service.
The seats are very good. Now the Tata take.
Now Air India,
Yeah.
much better than others.
Yeah, he was
The only thing is from JFK you get a direct flight to Mumbai.
No, here.
even from
EW.
Newark also you can take a flight.
No,
Yes.
I am flying from Newark in the month of May. Again through the.
I went in the month of October, never to Mumbai.
See?
no.
Because you will not see it when you go to the that Air India website, right? You do not see that. You should go into the Google flights. There you will see. Yeah, I do not know why.
I checked kayak.
My kayak will not see.
I
Kayak,
went
Google flights.
2018. I went from here to Mumbai. That time Air India.
That time they was there.
Yeah, Google flights.
No,
You should check that. You'll be able to see.
Even just in December.
I know that you went there.
I went in October. October पिता पक्ष में गया था India 3 दिवस में. So it was that flight was from Newark to Mumbai.
Direct flight, right?
Just I like that.
Yeah, that is
United has a very good
exactly.
flight.
United is not expensive than Air India.
Now they don't have.
They have.
No, United does not have. United is non-stop from Newark to Delhi, but not to Newark.
Oh, that they have
No,
stopped.
because they cannot go over the Russian.
You know, sometimes what happens
Oh, because
in the when off time, in the off time, what they do, Air India, sometimes they run from the JFK, sometimes they run from the EWR. They fly them from EWR. And in the peak time, they fly from the both
for both places.
places. That is the
Did you open money?
yeah, one
For that.
having, and one is the here, another family. And one lady, I don't know her name. Yes.
This is the
આમાંથી ફ્રૂટ મને આપી દો જે આજે છે ને તમારા પાસે ફ્રૂટ આ પાણી નાખવા માટે
પાણી
No, 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 in bowl.
No, no,
પાણી
અત્યારની દ્રાક્ષ વાળી છે ને
છે. અરે
અહીંયા મૂકો રમેશજીની આગળ Here, Manju. Last time you were here. Seven past eight flower, right?
Yeah, no,
That's flower also you can add it. થોડો આમાં ફ્લાવર મૂકો ને તો જગદીશભાઈ અને યુ કેન
Yeah,
શેર
we can.
આ પ્લેટમાં જે ફ્લાવર છે ને પ્લેટમાં આમાં મૂકો. Just flower here. Now this one you can share. Hello. Now 6-5 with all. જય શ્રી કૃષ્ણ મહારાજ આવો
અમારા માટે બદામ રાખી છે જે લેતા આવે એને મને નહીં પ્રસાદની જ હશે પ્રસાદની તો ભાવના પૂજા કરતા ખાવાની રસથી પછી કહીશ
When you went to our napkins after that.
It's good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I will give it right back to you.
Thank you.
Oh, you have it. Look, under the banana. Other two also pass. Jagdish banana. But thank you. No, you sit down, sir. That's okay. Next one is on the way.
I sure got
Subsequently. Oh, you have it? Oh, you have it? Yeah. Oh. Why do you do it?
You know, you need.
Oh, you should tell Sudhir about it. I will get it. He has not done that homework, sir.
Yeah.
Again. One leaf, 1/4. Before it was 50 cent. Now it's more than
Yeah. If I want down 4 leaves, that's it.
So I think we can start. I don't know. Now ready? So, Jai Sri Krishna, Namaste everyone. Today is the Maghi Purnima, Magh month of Purnima. So, first please check your Puja Thali. So, you have one Puja Thali. In the Puja Thali, you can see you have 6 cups, rice, kumkum, turmeric powder, sindoor, abhi, gulal. And you have 2 murti. One is the Ganesha, and one yantra of the Navagraha, and one the Satyanarayna Murti or Shalaka. Okay? And you have flower petal, betel leaf, betel nut, right? Betel nut in the puja thali. And you have 4 copper plates. You have 4 copper plates. So for the Ganesha, use the small one. For the Navagraha, use the small one. And for the Satyanarayana, use the bigger one. You have 4 plates. So one is for the Achmani Panchpatra and 3 for the God. You have one water pot, kalash, one coconut, right? Yeah. Water jug, and 1 cup of panchamrita. Panchamrita, it is in the white foam cup, right? So, and after the puja, for pouring the water, you have empty vessels. And if you need in the between paper napkins, just a visual. Right. Atha Pavitri hold the water on your right palm and just sprinkle on your body. That is called mantra snan or Pavitri Karanam. Om Pavitrestha Vaishnavyo Savitravaha Prasvala Punyam Chitrena Pavitrena Surya Sarasmavi Tasate Pavitra Pate Pavitra Putasya Kamaha Pune Tachake Yamma Om Apavitra Pavitro Vasravavastam Gatopiva Jasmareta Pundarikaksham Savaya Vyantara Chuchi He Pundarikaksha Punatmam Pundarikaksha Punatmam Pundarikaksha Punatu. After the Pavitrikaran, next is the Achmaniam. Then just drink the 3-time water. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Give it to her also. Give it to her also. Om Keshavaya Namaha Swaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha Swaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha Swaha. And 4th time, just clean your hands. Om Hrishikeshaya Namaha Swaha. Om Hrishikeshaya Namaha Swaha. Govindeti Hastau Praksharanam Tataha Bhale Tilkam Kriyat. Now in the 2nd cup, red color kumkum powder. So you can help each other.
ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृधस्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तारक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु बृहदस्वां मरुतः वृष्णिमातरः शुभं जावानो विदधे खुजगन्मयः अग्निर्जिह्वा मानवः सूरचक्षुषो विश्वेनो देवा अवसागमन्निह भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनोभिर्यसेमहि देवहितं जदायुः शतमिन्नु शरदो अन्ति देवा जत्रा न चक्रा जरसं तनूणां पुत्रासो जत्र पितरो भवन्ति मानो मध्यारीरिखतार्जुगन्तोः आदितिर्द्यौवादितिरन्तरिक्षमदितिर्माता स पिता स पुत्रः विश्वे देवा अदितिः पञ्चजाना अदितिर्जातमदितिर्जनितवम् द्यौः शान्ति अन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरौषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वगुं शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि जतो जतः समीहसे ततो नो अभयं कुरु षण्णः कुरु प्रजाभ्यो भयं नः पशुभ्यः ओम सुशान्तिर्भवतु ओम सुशान्तिर्भवतु ओम सर्वारिष्ट सुशान्तिर्भवतु. It was called Swasti Vachanam or Bhadra Sukta. After the Swasti Vachanam, next step is the Chaturdas Namaskar. Now close the hand and do the Namaskar to all goddesses and gods. Om Bhagavate Sriman Maha Ganapataye Namaha. Om Lakshmi Narayana-bhyam Namaha. Om Uma Maheswara-bhyam Namaha. Om Vani Hiranyagarbha-bhyam Namaha. Om Sachi Purandra-bhyam Namaha. Then Namaskar to your parent, both sides. ओम माता पितृ चरण कमलेभ्यो नमः. ओम इष्ट देवताभ्यो नमः. ओम कुल देवताभ्यो नमः. ओम ग्राम देवताभ्यो नमः. ओम स्थान देवताभ्यो नमः. ओम वास्तु देवताभ्यो नमः. ओम सर्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो नमः. ओम सर्वेभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमः. एतत् कर्म प्रधान भगवती महालक्ष्मी सहिताय भगवते श्री सत्यनारायणाय नमः. तत्रादौ संकल्पं कुर्यात्. Now sankalpa in the different state, sankalpa method is in the different way. So whatever the way, in your state, just hold one flower petal rice on your right palm, head of the household, right? Next shloka is माया बनता है जब इस पर हाथ लगा नीचे पानी थोड़ा पानी. ओम स्वमुखश्चैकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लंबोदरश्च विकटो विघ्ननाशो विनायकः धूम्रकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षो बालचन्द्रो गजाननः. द्वादशैतानि नामानि च पठे शृणुयादपि विद्यारम्भे विवाहे च प्रवेशे निर्गमे तथा संग्रामे संकटे चैव विघ्नस्तस्य न जायते. शुक्लाम्बरधरं देवं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये. अभीप्सितार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थं पूजितो यः सुरासुरैः सर्वविघ्नहरस्तस्मै गणाधिपतये नमः. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते. ओम विष्णवे नमः. ओम विष्णवे नमः. ओम विष्णवे नमः. ओम विष्णुर हरिः. ओम नमः परमात्मने श्री पुराण पुरुषोत्तमस्य श्री विष्णोराज्ञया प्रवर्तमानस्य ब्रह्मणोहनि द्वितीय प्रार्धे श्री श्वेतवाराह कल्पे क्रौंचक द्वीपे रमणक वर्षे ऐन्द्रिक खंडे उत्तरी अमेरिकायाः न्यू जर्सी राज्ये बर्लिन स्थित सनातन हिंदू मंदिर प्रांगण स्थित स्थान विशेषे मासोत्तमे मासे शुभे पुण्य पवित्रतमे मासे माघे मासे शुक्ले पक्षे पूर्णिमायां तिथौ वासरः वासरस्तु शनिवासरे स्थिरवासरे अमुक अमुक गोत्रस्य काश्यप काश्यप कौशिक गोत्रस्य नाम, then say your name, अमुक अमुक महोदय अहम सांडिल्य right सांबश शर्मणः स्वपत्निकाः, तो मैं नाम बोली जब मगन भाई महोदय स्वपत्निकाः, जगदीश भाई महोदय स्वपत्निकाः, सकल कुटुंबस्य, say the all family members name, सकल कुटुंबस्य सकल परिवार सहितस्य श्रुति स्मृति पुराणोक्त वेदोक्त पुण्य फल प्राप्त्यर्थम अप्राप्त लक्ष्मी प्राप्त्यर्थम प्राप्त लक्ष्मी चिरकाल संरक्षणार्थम सकल मन इप्सित कामना संसिद्ध्यर्थम लोके वा राजसभायां तद्द्वारे वा सर्वत्र यश विजय कीर्ति लाभ प्राप्ति अर्थम तथा च धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फल पुरुषार्थ संसिद्ध्यर्थम आदि दैविक आदि भौतिक आध्यात्मिक त्रिविधताप शमनोपनार्थम अद्य दिने सायं काले गोधूली बेलायां महालक्ष्मी बेलायां भगवान श्री सत्यनारायण देवता प्रत्यर्थम यथा ज्ञानेन मिलितोपचारेण पूजन पूर्वकम तत्कथा श्रवणम चाहम करिष्ये. That sankalpa offer in one empty plate. Here you can put it in the front of Ganesh. ए गणेश છે ને ગણેશ ગણેશજી ના લઈને એ પ્લેટમાં મૂકો ને એક જ પ્લેટમાં રાઈટ. Okay. Now again take the spoon, hold the water in your hand. A spoon, a achmanina spoon, copper spoon, just like this. Use the spoon using the right hand. Use the spoon like this. Chamchi pakri rakh. Tadangattvena means part of the Satyanarayna Puja. Tadangattvena prathamam Ganapati Pujanam, Kalash Aradhanam, Navagraha Pujanam, Deepa Pujanam, Digarakshanam Chaham Karishye. So it was the Sankalpa, right? After the Sankalpa, now we do the Digarakshanam. So Digarakshanam means just namaskar into all 10 directions. Om Namostu Rudrebhyo Jai Divijay Kambarkamikavah Debhyo Dasapradira Dasadakshana Dasapratichira Dasodichira Dasordvaha Debhyo Namo Astubeno Vantuteno Mradayantu Te Jandvikamo Jashano Deshtitame Kam Jambe Dharmaha. Now after the Digrakshana we have here lamps. So just to pray to the lamps. Om Shubham Karoti Kalyanam Arogyam Dhan Sampadah Shatru Buddhi Namostute Bodhi Parabrahma Rupastvam Karma Sakshi Yavagnata Javat Karma Samaptir Syat Tavatvam Sushthiro Bhava. Om Deepa Lakshmiyai Namaha. Om Sandhya Deepaya Namaha. After the Deepa Namaskar, ring the bell. Om Agamanartham tu Devanam Gamanartham tu Rakshasam Ghantanadam Prakurvita Vaschad Ghantam Prapujayeta. Om Garuraya Namaha. Put the bell here, one Achmani water on the bell. Om Garuraya Namaha Pakshirajaya Namaha. Then one spoon on water on this crunch. Om Panjanyaya Vidmahe Pavamanaya Dhimahi Tanno Shankha Prachodayata. Om Shankastha Padmavatyai Namaha. That's it. Now first we will worship to Lord Ganesha. So Ganesha, put it in one small plate, copper plate or clean brass plate, whatever you have. And Mayaben, એ પાણીના જે નાની વાલી છે ને તમે આગળમાં રાખો ત્યાંથી you need again and again. Very good. Okay. Yes. Now take little bit flour and rice in your hand. we have two kind of the mantras. One mantra is called the Vedic, and one mantra it is from the Purana, that is called Purana, right? And in Vedic also, from Shukla Yajurveda, Krishna Yajurveda, from different Veda, right? From Atharvaveda, right? So now we are going to invoke the Ganesha. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatikum
Havahe Kavim Kavinanupamashravastamam Jesharajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspada Anashunvandu Divisi Dasaganam.
Om Ambe Ambike Ambalike Namanayati Kachana Sasata Sukha Subhadrikam Kampilyavasanim. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Sri Ganesha Ambikabhyam Namaha Dhyayami Dhyana Puspam Samarapayami. Offer to Ganapati. Just little bit. After the Dhyan, Avahan. For the Avahan, take little bit rice, Akshata. Om Mano Jyotirjukhatamaji Brahaspatar Jaganimantanottvarshtam Jagagung Samimam Dadhato Vishwe Devasa Ihamadayantamo Pratishtha. Om Subha Siddhi Buddhi Shubhalabh Sahitaya Sri Ganesham Vikabhyam Namaha Avahayami Avahanam Samarapayami. Now next step is the asana. So for asana, just one flower petal. Om Purukha Evedagum Sarvam Jadbhutam Jacha Bhavyam Utamritatvatveshanah Jadanne Natirohati. Om Siddhi Buddhi Shubhalabh Sahitaya Sri Ganeshambikabhyam Namaha Idam Asanarthe Pushpam Samarapayami. Then use the copper spoon and 4 times water offer to the Lord Ganapati. Om Deva Sattva Savituh Prashave Ashwinor Bahubhyam Pushno Hastabhyam. Om Idam Padayoh Padyam Samarpayami. Hastayor Arghyam Arghyam Samarpayami. Mukhe Achmaniyam Achmaniyam Samarpayami. Sarvange Swasnaniyam Jalam Samarpayami. Then you use the Panchamrita, 5-drop Panchamrita. Just a 5-drop Panchamrita. Om Panchanadyaha Saraswati Mapijanti Sasrota Saha Saraswati to Panchadha Sodese Abhavat Sarita. Om Idam Siddhi Buddhi Subhalabh Sameta Bhagavate Sriman Mahaganapataye Namaha. Idam Panchamrita Snaniyam Samarapayami. Panchamrita Snanante, 1 spoon using the copper spoon, 1 spoon water. Om Suddhavalaha Sarvashuddhavalo Manivalo Tadasunaha Setaha Setaksho Arvaste Rudraya Pashupataye Karana Jama Vittara Udrana Bhorupaha Paharjanyaha Suddhoda Krishnaniyam Samarapayami. Then 1 flower petal, kumkum, turmeric powder, rice, all these 4 things together and offer to Lord Ganapati. Sakalopachararthe Gandhakshata Puspani Samarapayami. Om Bhurvaswa Bhagavate Sri Siddhi Buddhi Shubhalabh Sameta Sriman Mahaganapataye Namaha. Now next is that we are going to do offering the shower to Lord Ganapati, and during the offering the water, we will chant the Ganapati Atharva Shirsha. Atharva Shirsha, it is the part of Atharva Veda. Each god and goddesses, they have the separate Atharva Shirsham, right? So make sure you have the enough water in the small water pot and use the small pani chana. Okay, ready? Om Bhadram Karane Vishranayama Deva Bhadram Pashyema Chavirjatra Istarayamdayistashvagum Sastano Vayase Sheva Devayitam Yadayo Swasti Na Indro Vratasravaha Swasti Na Bhusha Vishwavedaha Swasti Na Starasho Harishcharenihi Swasti No Brihaspati Dadatu Hari Om Namaste Ganapataye Tvameva Pratyaksham Tattvamasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Hartasi Tvameva Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmasi Tvam Sakshat Asmasi Nityam Ratam Vachami Satyam Vachami Avatvamam Avaktaram Avasrotaram Avadakaram
अवधाकारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चातात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात् अवचुक्रातात् अवचोर्ध्वातात्
अवाधरातात्
सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वम् आनन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दादियोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वस्य शिष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निरोधाः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्ततोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वं इन्द्रस्त्वं अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्म भूर्भुवस्वरो गणादेव गुरुमुचाय वर्णादेव सदनन्तरम् अनुस्वार परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एकत्वमनुस्वरूपम् अकारो पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वार चान्द्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुद्धररूपम् नादसन्धानम् सहुंहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेश विद्या गणक ऋषिः निश्रुतगायत्री छन्दः देवता ॐ गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमं कुशधारिणं रथं च वरदं हस्ते बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं रक्तं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुभूषितं भक्तानुकम्पितं देवं जगत्कारणमर्चितम् आविर्भूतो शिष्यादो प्रकृते पुरुषात्परम् यं जायते यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो प्राणपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः
इदम् अमृतोदकभिषेकम् अर्पणमस्तु ओम भगवते श्री सिद्धि बुद्धि सुलाभ समेत श्रीमन् महागणपतये नमः अमृतोदक अभिषेकम् अर्पणमस्तु अभिषेकान्ते पुनः शुद्धोदक जलेन स्नापयामि ओम गंगे च जमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती
नर्मदे सिन्धु कावेरी जलेऽस्मिन् संवितं कुरु
now use the water clean the Ganesha wipe it clean your plate for pouring the water you have the empty vessels जयंत बाबू नमस्ते वन स्मॉल प्लेट में गणेश जी को रखिए वन फ्लावर पेटल रखिए पुट वन फ्लावर पेटल फर्स्ट चलिए गणेश जी को रखिए क्लीन योर प्लेट आपको अब योगा होगा आप इधर आ जाइए सब होता है नगर वाला पांच है ना देखिए नाउ फ्रेश Now next is that almost almost 6:30 right now. Use the one red thread. Check in your puja thali, that is in your puja thali. Just only one thread. Make चलिए जय हो जय हो. Offer to Lord. थाड़ी बीच में से नहीं कोई आवाज नहीं. Just make a loop on finger and hold it and offer to Lord Ganesha. Om Vasoho Pavitramasi Satadharam Vasoho Pavitramasi Sahasradharam Devasatva Savita Punat Vasoho Pavitrena Satadharena Supatama Dukshaha. एक जना कोई आया नहीं. इदं वस्त्रोपवस्त्रं समर्पयामि वस्त्रोपवस्त्रान्ते शुद्धाचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि. Then use the all kind of powders, kumkum, turmeric powder, offer to Lord Ganpati. Om kumkumam kamana devyam kamani kamadam subham kumkuminarchito deva atah shantim prayachame akshatascha surasrestha kumkumakta sushobhita maya nivedito bhaktya grihana gananayaka. And little bit of flower petals. Malyadini sugandhini malatyadini vai prabho maya hritani pushpani pujartham prati grihatam. Om bhurvasva bhagavate Sri Siddhi Buddhi Subhalabh Samay Sriman Mahaganapataye Namaha. Sakalopacharathe gandhakshata pushpani samarpayami. Then 2 times water in your another empty copper plate, not in Ganesha. Jayanti Babu, yeah, in the same plate. Om Brahmanosya Mukhamase Bahu Rajanya
Kritah
Guru
Vaishvah
Padya
Sutro Ajayata
Idam Dhuparthe Apah Samarpayami. Om Chandrama Manaso Jatah
Chaksho Suryo Ajayata
Srotad Vayasya Pranasya Mukhad Agnirajayata. Om idam deeparthe apah samarpayami dhup deepante suddhachamaniyam jalam samarpayami. Then take one fruit. Here one fruit. Take a few bananas. Just two. Yeah, that's it. He has enough. So take one fruit in your hand and join your hands together and sprinkle little bit water on the fruit. Om Nabhya Asedam Darikshagum Sirshnaudyav Samavartata Padhyam Om Erdesa Tatha Lokam Akalpayanna. Om Idam Naivedyam Bhagavate Sri Siddhi Buddhi Subhalabh Samay Sriman Mahaganapataye Namaha. Naivedyam Samarpayami. The Ganesha's plate. Now offer like this way 5 times. Or in your style here. Om Pranaya Swaha. Om Apanaya Swaha. Om Vyanaya Swaha. Om Udanaya Swaha. Om Samanaya Swaha. 5 times water in the another copper plate, not in the Ganesha's plate. Om Madhye Madhye Paniyam Samarpayami. Uttaraposanam Samarpayami. Hasta Praksharanam Samarpayami. Mukha Praksharanam Samarpayami. Karatvararthe Gandham Samarpayami. Little bit rice, Akshata, Chokha. Om Hiranyagarbha Garbhastam Hema Bijam Vibhavaso Ananda Punya Phaladamata Abha Shanti Prayachame. Idam Dravadakshanam Samarpayami. Dravadakshanam Te Pradakshanam. Om Janikami
Cha Papani Janmandrakilam Kani Vinishanti Pradakshanam Pade Pade.
Idam Mantra Pradakshanam Samarpayami. Mantra Pradakshanante Prarthana Purvakam Namaskaromi. Take the flower petal, rice in your hand and do the final Namaskar. Om Naraduvacha Pranamya Shirasha Devam Gauri Putram Vinayakam भक्तावासं स्मरे नित्यं आयुष्कामार्थ सिद्धये प्रथमं वक्रतुण्डं च एकदन्तं द्वितीयकं तृतीयं कृष्णपिङ्गाक्षं गजवक्त्रं चतुर्थकं लंबोदरं पंचमं च षष्ठं विकटमेव च सप्तमं विघ्नराजेन्द्रं धूम्रवर्णं तथाष्टमं नवम भालचंद्रम च दशमं तो विनायकम् एकादशं गणपतिं द्वादशं तो गजाननं द्वादशैतानि नामानि त्रिसन्ध्यं यः पठेन्नरः न च विघ्नभयं तस्य सर्वसिद्धिकरं परं विद्यार्थी लभते विद्यां धनार्थी लभते धनं पुत्रार्थी लभते पुत्रान् मोक्षार्थी लभते गतिं जपेत गणपति स्तोत्रं खड्भिर्मासै फलं लभेत संवत्सरेण सिद्धिं च लभते नात्र संशयः अष्टभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यश्च लिखित्वा समर्पयेत तस्य विद्या भवेत् सर्वा गणेशस्य प्रसादतः इति श्री नारद पुराणे संकटनाशनं गणपति स्तोत्रं संपूर्णम् इदं प्रार्थना पूर्वकं नमस्कारान् समर्पयामि। ओम सिद्धि बुद्धि शुभ लाभ समय श्रीमन् महागणपतये नमः। प्रार्थना पूर्वक नमस्कारान् समर्पयामि। 1 spoon water in the another copper plate. ओम अनेन कृतेन पूजनेन भगवान श्रीमन् महागणपति देवता प्रियताम नमः नमः। बोल गजानन गणपति महाराज की जय। गणपति बप्पा मोरया। मंगल मूर्ति मोरया। So be careful, a lot of liquid items around you, right? So now Ganesha's plate, just put it at somewhere else. Now you need the water pot at the front of you. Water pot means kalash. Jayant, your kalash is there. You have bitter leaf, right? Put one bitter leaf. The root should be down. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Coconut will put later. Okay. Manju Ben, Revado ne patch. Ekal dose. Okay. Now we are going to do the Kalash Puja. If you do Kalash Puja separately, it takes 1.5 hours. Kalash Puja and Punya. 1.5. So use your right hand and touch the Kalash. The next shlokas are very common. Om Gange cha Jamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jayasmin Sannidham Kuru Kaveri Tungabhadra cha Krishna Vidya cha Gautami Bhagirathi cha Vikhyata Panchaganga Prakirtita. One flower petal, little bit turmeric powder, little bit akshata. All these three things together, put it inside the kalash. Om turmeric, akshata, turmeric powder. Sakalopachararthe gandhaksha puspani samarpayami, offer inside the kalash, right? Nagarvil pan means bitter leaf is already there. So Om, just touch the bitter leaf. Om Ambe Ambike Ambalike Namanayati Kashana Sasata Sukha Subhadrikam Kampilyavasanimma Idam Panchapallavana Sarupena Tambula Pallavani samarpayami. Then take the coconut. Coconut as the eyes, 3 eyes should be up. Om Srishchate Lakshmi Shavatanyavahoratre Parswe Nakshatrani Rupam Aswino Vyatam Ikhannikhana Mummaikana Sarvalokam Ishana. Now take little bit of chata. Om Manojudri Jukatamaji Sia Brahspatrijagamimantanotvarashtam Jagagum Samamam Dhatu Vishwe Deva Sa Ihamadayantam Om Pratishtha Om Kalashadhishtita Varunaradhyamahita Devata Yo Namaha Avahayami Avahanam Samarapayami. Then just a 4-drop water on the coconut. Om Deva Sattva Savadho Prashishnor Bahubhyam Pushno Hastabhyam Om Idam Padayo Padyam Hastayor Argyam Argyam Mukhe Achmaniyam Sarvange Susnaniyam Jalam Samarpayami. Take the one another thread, a red color thread you have in the puja thali. So one thread just on the colors or on coconut, wherever it is easy to put it. Om Jubasvasaha Parivita Agasav Sriyan Bhavati Jayamanaha Tam Dhirasaha Kavaya Unnayanti Swadhyo Manasha Deva Yantaha Idam Avastropavastram Samarpayami. Then use the kumkum powder. Each side means each direction means 4 direction. So on the coconut or on kalash, wherever it is easy for you. Be careful, huh? Om Purve Rigvedaya Namaha, Rigvedam Sampujayami, Dakshine Yajurvedaya Namaha, Yajurvedam Sampujayami, Paschime Samavedaya Namaha, Samavedam Sampujayami, Uttare Atharvavedaya Namaha, Atharvavedam Sampujayami. And on coconut, fifth one on in the middle part of the coconut. Om Madhye Apam Pataye Varunaya Namaha, Apam Pataye Varunam Sampujayami. Take the flower petal, rice in your hand, and now we are going to do namaskar to Lord Varuna. Namo namaste Spatika Prabhaya Suswetaharaya Sumangalaya Shubhasahastaya Dhakasanaya Jaladinathaya Namo namaste Ashapani namastobhyam Padmani Jivanayaka Javad Pujam Karishyami Tavatvam Suisthiro Bhava. Om Bhagavate Sri Apam Pataye Varunaya Namaha. Saklopachararthe Gandhakshara Puspani Samarpayami Namaskaromi. Now, head of the household, use your both hand, carefully hold the colors in your hand. और अश्विन जी आप उनका हाथ लगाइए, just like ओम भो ब्राह्मणाः मम सकल कुटुंबस्य सकल परिवार सहितस्य अद्य करिष्यमानाय श्री सत्यनारायण पूजा कर्मांगतेन आशीर्वचनम् अपेक्षमानाय पुण्यं कल्याणं रिद्धिं स्वस्ति श्रीः इति भवन्तु ब्रुवन्तु नः। ओम अस्तु पुण्याहम् अस्तु पुण्याहम् अस्तु पुण्याहम् ओम कल्याणमस्तु ओम कल्याणमस्तु ओम कल्याणमस्तु ओम कर्मरिद्धितां कर्मरिद्धितां कर्मरिद्धिताम् ओम आयुष्यमते स्वस्ति आयुष्यमते स्वस्ति आयुष्यमते स्वस्ति ओम अस्तु श्रीः अस्तु श्रीः अस्तु श्रीः। Now gently use your hand, touch it with the water pot, touch it on your forehead, touch it on your right shoulder, and the colors carefully put it the behind of the Ganesha. Make sure there is Panchamrita. Om Tadeva Laganam Sudidam Tadeva Tara Balam Chandra Balam Tadeva Vidya Balam Deva Balam Tadeva Lakshmi Patite Griyugamasmarami Lavastesham Jayastesham Kutastesham Parajaya Jesham Indi Varashyamo Hridistho Janardana Jatra Yogeshwara Krishno Jatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Sri Vijayo Puri Prabhani Viramamira Mama Anena Kritena Pujanena Bhagavan Sri Kalsadhishchada Varunaditya Vahidevta Sameta Punyaha Vachana Devta Priyatam Namama Namama. 1 spoon water in your darbar. So we did the colors puja. Manju bhai, હવે માયાબેનના જે ગણપતિ છે ને આ કલસાજી એ આગળથી લઈ એના આગળમાં થોડું જગ્યા બની જાય. Now next is the Navagraha Puja. So for the Navagraha Puja, take another small plate. And 1 flower, put it in the middle. 1 flower, put it in the middle. And you have the 1 yantra, triangle color. Okay. So take 1 flower petal and a little bit rice in your hand. Next shloka is also very common. Brahma Murari Tripurantakari. Om Brahma Murari Tripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Budhasya Guruscha Shukra Sanirahu Ketavah Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu Adityaya cha Somaya Mangalaya Budhaya cha Guru Shukra Sanibhyasya Rahave Ketave Namaha. Om Bhagavate Sri Adityadi Navagrahadi Devatabhyo Namaha. Dhyayami Avahayami Asthapayami Pujayami. Offer on that yantra. 3 things: mantra, tantra, and yantra. Right? So mantra is called nigam, tantra is called agam. And the yantras is also part of the agam. Mantra Mahodadeva and these things. So now next is the you have the small water pot. Use 4 times water. Offer to the Navagraha. Om Deva Satva Savito Prashashnor Bahubhyam Pushno Hastabhyam ओम इदं पादयोः पाद्यं समर्पयामि हस्तयोरर्घ्यम् अर्घ्यं समर्पयामि मुखे आचमनीं समर्पयामि सर्वांगेषु स्नानेन जलं समर्पयामि use the 5 times panchamrita offered on the 9 planets ओम पंचामृतं मया नीतं पयोदधे घृतं मधु शर्करया च समायुक्तं स्नानार्थं प्रति गृह्यताम् इदं पंचामृत स्नानीयं samarpayami. Then again water, fill the water if you need. So Mayaben tamari shlok. So now we are going to chant the Navagraha Sukta, Navagraha Stotra. And during this chanting, slowly, we will offer the water on the yantra. Om Japa Kusuma Sankasham Kashapeyam Mahadutim Tamorim Sarva Papaganam Pranato Vasni Divakaram Dadhi Shankatu Sharabham Chiro Dhanavasambhavam Namami Shashanam Somam Sambhora Mukura Bhushanam Dharani Garva Sambhutam Vidyut Kanti Samaprabham Kumaram Sakyastam Cha Mangalam Pranamamyaham Om Priyangukalikashyamam Rupena Pratimam Budham Samyam Samyagunopetam Tam Budham Pranamamyaham Devanam Cha Rishinam Cha Gurum Kanchana Sannibham Buddhibhutam Trilokesham Tam Namami Brahaspasim Himakundam Nalabham Daityanam Parvam Gurum Sarvashastra Prabhaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyaham Neelanjana Samabhasam Raviputram Yamadrijam Chayamatam Sambhutam Tam Namami Ardhakayam Mahaviryam Chandraditya Vimardanam Singhakarva Sambhutam Tam Rahum Pranamamyaham Palasha Pushpa Shankasam Taraka Grahamastakam Raudram Raudratmakam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham Om Bhagavate Sri Aditya Navagrahadi Devatabhyo Namaha Amritodaka Abhishekam Arapana Mastu. Now use the water, clean it, wipe it, clean your plate, and the dirty water put it in the empty vessels. Om Suddhavalaha Sarvashuddhavalo Manivala Tatasunaha Setaha Seta Choranste Rudraya Pashpataye Karana Jamablipta Raudranago Rupaha. If we do in the detail, then Panchalokpal, Dasdikpal, right? Adhidevata, Pratyadhidevata. ओम गंगे च जमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिंधु कावेरी स्नानार्थं प्रतिगृह्यताम् ओम भगवते श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रहादि देवताभ्यो नमः शुद्धोदक स्नानियं समर्पयामि शुद्धोदक स्नानियं समर्पयामि शुद्धोदक स्नानान्ते one thread नारचड़ी मौली धागा ओम वसोह पवित्रमसि सतधारम वसोह पवित्रमसि सहस्रधारम देवसत्वा सविता पुनात वसोह पवित्रेण सतधारेण सुक्वा काम दुक्षः इदम वस्त्रोपवस्त्रं समर्पयामि ओम भगवते श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रहादि देवताभ्यो नमः. Then use the kumkum powder, turmeric powder. ओम कुमकुमं कामना दिव्यं कामनी कामदं शुभं कुमकुमेनार्चितो देव अतः शांतिं प्रयच्छ मे. Turmeric powder, sindoor, orange color sindoor, abir gulal, all kind of powders. श्वेत चूर्णं रक्त चूर्णं हरिद्रां कुमकुमं तथा सिंदूरेणार्चितो देव अतः शांतिं प्रयच्छ मे अतः शांतिं प्रयच्छ मे. ओम भगवते श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रहादि देवताभ्यो नमः. Then a little bit rice. ओम अक्षताश्च सुरश्रेष्ठ कुंकुमाक्ता सुशोभिता मया निवेदितो भक्त्या गृहाण परमेश्वर इदमक्षतं समर्पयामि. Then 9 flower petals. ओम सूर्याय नमः ओम सोमाय नमः ओम भौमाय नमः ओम बुधाय नमः ओम बृहस्पतये नमः ओम शुक्राय नमः ओम शनैश्चराय नमः ओम राहवे नमः ओम केतवे नमः. Then take the flower petal and rice in your hand. ओम सूर्यः सौर्यमथेन्दुरोच्च पदवीं सनमंगला मंगलः सदबोधिं च बुधो गुरुश्च गुरुताम् शुक्रम सुखम शंशणिः राहुर बाहुबलं करोतु सततं केतुम कुलस्योन्नतिं नित्यं प्रीतिकरा भवन्तु मम ते सर्वे अनुकूला ग्रहाः आदित्याय च सोमाय मंगलाय बुधाय च गुरु शुक्र शनिश्चरावे केतवे ओम भगवते श्री आदित्यादि नवग्रहादि देवताभ्यो नमः सकलोपचारार्थे गंधाक्षत पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि नमस्करोमि 1 spoon water in the empty copper plate अनेन कृतेन पूजनेन भगवान श्री आदित्यादि नवग्रहाः प्रियन्तां नमः नमः now take the navagraha plate and put it in the side so your front place is empty now take the bigger plate in front of Ajit, after you have a lot of flour. Take a lot of तो जब तुम्हारी प्लेट क्या है ना बिगर बड़ा प्लेट आप मूर्ति चंद Ansabin, you have Shalagram and Shankarji, you have Murti. Like Shalagram. Oh yeah, Shalagram you can keep it in the middle in the plate. Okay. Great. Now we do Satyanarayna Puja. Okay. Ready? Take some flower petals and the rice in your hand. Next sloka is also very common. Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam. Om Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gaganasadarsam Vedavarnam Subhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalaneyanam Yogi Vidyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavagaram Sarvalokaikanakam Sasankha Chakram Sagirita Kundalam Sapitavastram Sarasiru Ekshanam Saravaksasasubhikastubham Namah Vishnu Sirasa Chaturbhujam Om Narayanaya Vidmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat Om Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha Dhyayami Dhyana Puspam Samara Payami. Again take flour and rice. Now next shloka for the goddess Mahalakshmi. Om Sarasija Nilaye Saroja Haste Dhavalataram Shokagandhamalya Shobhe Bhagavati Harivallabe Manogne Tribhuvana Bhuti Kari Prasida Maghyam Om Srim Rim Srim Kamale Kamalalaye Prashida Srim Rim Srim Mahalakshmi Namaha Mahalakshmi Dhyayami Dhyana Puspam Samara Payami. Now here in this puja we will use the 16th step that is called Sorsopcha. Now after the dhyan, avahan. So if you have shalagram, then you don't need the avahan. If you have murti, then you need to do avahan. So take the little bit rice. Om mano jyotirjugatamajyasya brahaspatirjagamimantanottvarishtamma jagagum samamam nadhatu vishve devasa ihamadayantam om pratishtha Om Mahalakshmi Saitaya Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha Avahayami Avahanam Samara Payami. Now next is the asan. For asan we use flower petal, little bit flower petal. Om Purukha Eveda Gung Sarvam Jadbhutam Yachavayam Utamritatve Eshanah Yadanena Tirohati. Om Bhagavate Mahalakshmi Saitaya Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha Idam Puspa Asanam Samara Payami. Puspa Asanante Padayoga Padyam. Take 1 spoon water. In this spoon water, it will go on his feet. So if you have murti, then you can see the feet, hands, mouth, right? But if you have the shalagram, then everything is right. Just hold it. After the each mantra. Om Etavanasya Mahimato Jayansya Purukha Pados Vishwabhutani Tripadasya Mritandivi. Om Bhagavate Sri Satyadevaya Namaha Idam Padayoho Padyam Samarpayami. Again water, this time water goes in his hands. That is called Arghya. ओम त्रिपादोर्घ उदयपुरुषः पादोस्येह भवत् पुनः ततो विष्णुर्विज्ञानतः शासनानशने अभि। ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः। इदं हस्तयोर अर्घ्यम अर्घ्यम समर्पयामि। Again water, this time water goes in his mouth. ततो विराड जायत विराजो अधिपुरुषः सजातो अत्यरिच्यत पश्चात् भूमि मधो पुरः। ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः। इदं मुखे आचमनीयमाचमनीयं समर्पयामि। Again water, this time goes on his head. ओम शुद्धबालः सर्वशुद्धबालो मणिबाल तदसुनाः सेतः सेताक्षो अरुणस्ते रुद्राय पशुपतये कर्णाः जामा अवलिप्ता रौद्रानभो रूपाः पार्जन्याः। ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः। शुद्धोदक स्नानियं समर्पयामि। Now 5 times पंचामृत, 5 spoon पंचामृत। ओम पयः पृथिव्यां पय ओखधेषु पयो दिव्यन्तरिक्षे पयोधाः पयस्वतेः प्रदिशः सन्तु मह्यम्। इदं गौदुग्धस्नानीयं समर्पयामि। ओम दधि क्रावणो अकारिकं जिष्णो रससवाजिनः सुरभिनो मुखाकरद प्रण आयुगुं खितारिपत। ओम इदं दधि स्नानं समर्पयामि। ओम घृतं निमिक्ष घृतमसजो निर्घृत श्रता घृतमसधाव अनुकृतवावहवादि स्वाहा कृतं ब्रह्मक्यव्यम्। इदं घृत स्नानीयं समर्पयामि। ओम मधुपातारितायते मधुक्षिरन्ते सिन्धवः आध्वैर्नः सन्तोषधीः मधुनक्तमुदोकसो मधुमतप्राप्तिविगुण्डजः मधुदेवरस्तुनः पिता मधुमाम्न वनस्पतिरमधुमाम् अस्तु सूर्यः। इदं मधुस्नानीयं समर्पयामि। ओम इक्षुसार समुद्भूता शर्करा पुष्टिकारिका मलापहारिका दिव्या स्नानार्थं प्रतिगृह्यताम्। इदं शर्करा स्नानीयं समर्पयामि। ओम पंचनद्यः सरस्वतीमपि जन्ति सस्रोतसः सरस्वती तु पंचधासो देशे अभवत् सरिता। इदं पंचामृत स्नानीयं समर्पयामि। पंचामृत स्नानान्ते 1 spoon water। ओम गंगे च जमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिन्धु कावेरी स्नानार्थं प्रति गृह्यताम्। इदं शुद्धोदक स्नानीयं समर्पयामि। Now next is the take little bit flower petal, turmeric powder and the rice, all these three together and offer to Lord Satyanarayna. Om saklopacharathe gandhakshata puspani samarpayami. Om Bhagavati Mahalakshmi Sahitaya Sri Satyadevaya Namaha. Now your small pot, fill the water in the small pot. Now during this chanting, we'll slowly we'll offer the water to Lord Sri Satyanarayna, and in this time we will recite the Purusha Shukta or Narayana Shukta. First 16 mantra, it is called Purusha Shukta, and the rest of the 16 to or 17 to 22, right? It is called Narayana Shukta or Uttar Narayana Shukta, right? ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, बगल में बृहस्पति हो सावधानी से बोलना पड़ता है। चलो स्लोली हाँ। बोल श्री सत्यदेव भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। ओम
सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्ष सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा अत्यधिष्ठ दशाङ्गुलं पुरुष एवेदकं सर्वं यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् उतामृतत्वे एषानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमा अतो जायावृक्षपूरुषः पादोऽस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवे त्रिपादूर्ध्वौ दैत्पुरुषः पादोऽसेहाभवात् पुनः ततो विश्वं व्यक्रामत् शासनानशने अभि तस्मात् विराडजायत विराजो अधिपुरुषः स जातो अत्यरिच्यत पश्चात् भूमिपतो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण अविशा देवा यज्ञमदन्वत वसन्तो अस्यासीधाज्यम् ग्रीष्मैत्रशरन्तरिः सप्तास्यासन् परितयः ते सप्त समिदकृताः देवा यज्ञं तन्वानाः अवन्दन् पुरुषं पशुं तं यज्ञं बर्हिषि प्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रतः तेन देव अयजन्त साव्याक्षये तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वभूतः समृद्धं पृषदाज्यं पशुङ्गुश्चक्रे वायव्यान् नारण्यान् ग्राम्याक्षये तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वभूतः यजस्सामानि जगिरे सन्दागुंसि जगिरे तस्मात् यजस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादक्ष्व अजायत एके चोपयाततः गावो हजग्निरे तस्मात् जात अजावयः यत्पुरुषं यदधुः अहिताय कल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य गौबाहु कावूरोपादावुच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहूराजन्यकृतः ऊरु तदस्य ऐद्वैश्यः अध्यातुं शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रस्नाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वायुरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षं शीर्ष्णोऽद्यो समवर्तत तद्भ्यां भूमिदिशश्लोकात् तथा लोकादम् अकल्पयन् वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमतस्तु पारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः कामानि दुष्वाविदं यदास्ते दाता पुरस्ताद्यमुदा जहार चक्र प्रविद्वान् प्रतिशच्च तस्मः कमेवं विद्वान् अमतैक भवति नान्यपन्थ अयनान विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् नेहनाकं महिमान सचन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्या सन्ति देवाः अद्वय सम्भूत पृथिव्येरसाच्च विश्वकर्मण समवर्तदादि अस्य दृष्टा विततरूपमेति तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमाजा नवग्रे वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेवं विद्वान् अमृतैक भवति नान्यपन्था विद्यते जनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य धीरा परिजानन्ति योनिम् मरीचीनां पदमिच्छन्ति वेदसः यो देवेभ्य आतपति यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो रुचाय ब्राह्मये रुजं ब्राह्मण जनयन्तः देव अग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्त्रैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देव असन्वशे ईक्षते लक्ष्मी च पत्यो अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनो व्याक्तम् इष्टं मनीषान अमुं मनीषान सर्वं मनीषान तत्सव्यो रावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु मेषसं तन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे सप्तदुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
ओम विष्णोरराटमश विष्णोः श्रवद्रस्व विष्णोः शिवरस विष्णोरध्रुवो असि वैष्णवसि विष्णवे त्वा ओम इदं विष्णुर्विचक्रमे त्रेधान ददे पदं समूढमुपस्यं सूर्ये स्वाहा विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात् ओम महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् इदं अमृतोदक अभिषेकम अर्पणमस्तु. Now one flower, it is called nirmalya, from the Lord's feet, wherever you did the abhishek. Bhagavan ne taught in the past. Tatah nirmalyam visrijya, take one flower, touch it on your forehead, make one circle around your head, throw it back, and clean your hand in the another plate, not in the Lord's plate. In the plate. Just clean your hand. Nirmalyam visrijya hastau prakshalanam tatah suddhodaka jalena snapayami Ganga Sindhu Saraswati cha Jamuna Godavari Narmada Kaveri Sarayu Mahendra चरमन्वती वेगिका क्षिप्रा विप्रवते महासुर नदी ख्याता गया गंडकी पूर्ण जलेन समुद्र सहिता स्नानं सदा मंगलम। ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः। Clean the deity, clean your plate, and the water put it in the bigger vessel. जमुना जल मां केसर गोरी
स्नान कराऊं श्यामला कलके हाथे आपू वस्त्र पीतांबर श्यामला
तेल सुगंधी नाके आपुआ कड़िया तुझवा
तिलक तारा बालमा अलपेली आंखों मामा अंजन मारा श्यामला गोर मुकुट मोटवा के फेरा मुरली आपो हाथ में दूध कटोरा पहले आपो बिहोरी नजर न लागे श्याम सुंदर टपका करो बाल पगमा झांझर रूंझुम वाके कर्मा कंकर श्यामला
Take one thread, it's called Mauli Dhaga. Mauli Nara Chadi. शुद्धोदक स्नानं समर्पयामि शुद्धोदक स्नानान्ते शुद्ध आचमनीयं समर्पयामि शुद्ध आचमनीयान्ते शुद्ध आचमनीयान्ते make a loop.
एक पछवाड़े में फ्रूट की कई फ्रूट के कसुम की जो है तुलसी पत्र से
Give it. Maven, પાછળ માં છે ને મૂર્તિ ની પાછળ માં એક ફૂટ મૂકી Ready? चल ओम वसोः पवित्रमसि शतधारं वसोः पवित्रमसि सहस्रधारं देवसत्वा सविता पुनाद वसोः पवित्रेण शतधारेण सुत्वा काम दुक्षः इदं वस्त्रोपवस्त्रं समर्पयामि वस्त्रोपवस्त्रान्ते शुद्ध आचमनीयं जलं समर्पयामि शुद्ध आचमनीयान्ते यज्ञोपवीतं ओम यज्ञोपवीतं परमं पवित्रं प्रजापतेर्यत्सहजं पुरस्ताद आयुष्यमग्रयं प्रतिमुञ्च शुभ्रं यज्ञोपवीतं बलमस्तु तेजः। Take one another holy daga, make again loop. Just pass it. Just pass it. This one. ओम नवभेर तंतुभिर युक्तं त्रिगुणं देवतामयं उपवीतं प्रयच्छामि गृहाण परमेश्वर उपवीतं समर्पयामि उपवीतान्ते शुद्धाचमनीयं उपवीतान्ते शुद्ध आचमनीयं समर्पयामि शुद्ध आचमनीयान्ते चंदनं तिलक नाडु तिलक कस्तूरी तिलकं ललाटपटले वक्षस्थले कौस्तुभं नासाग्रे वरमौक्तिकं करतले वेणुकरे कङ्कणं सर्वाङ्गे हरिचन्दनं सुललितं कंठे च मुक्तावलिं गोपस्त्री परिवेष्टितो विजयते गोपाल रामणिम ओम इदमनुलेपनम ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः इदमनुलेपनम समर्पयामि then little bit akshata rice ओम अक्षन्नमी मदंतः विप्रिया अधोखता अस्तोखत स्वभानवो विप्राणवस्थया चोखा राइस अक्षताश्च सुरश्रेष्ठ कुंकुमाक्ता सुशोभिता मया निवेदितो भक्त्या क्रियाण परमेश्वर ओम इदमक्षतम ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः अक्षतम समर्पयामि आज फूल वाली છે ને આ લઈ ના ફૂલ ફૂલ આ Ansabin तुम्हारे पास कुछ है? Right. And you have flour. You have enough flour, right? Now ready with the flour, है ना? One flour on each namaha. When he will say namaha, then one flower just offer to the deity. Okay. Om malyadini sugandhini malatyadini vai prabho maya hridani pushpani grihana parameshwara. Om satyaya namaha.
Om Satyadevaaya Namaha. Om Satyatmane Namaha. Om Satyabhutaya Namaha. Om Satyapurushaaya Namaha. Om Satyanathaya Namaha. Om Satyasakshine Namaha. Om Satyayogaya Namaha. Om Satyananaya Namaha. Om Satyajnanapriyaya Namaha. Om Satyanidhaye Namaha. Om Satyasambhavaya Namaha. Om Satyaprabhave Namaha. Om Satyeshwaraya Namaha. Om Satyakamine Namaha. Om Satyapavitraya Namaha. Om Satyamangalaya Namaha. Om Satyakalpaya Namaha. Om Satyaprajapataye Namaha. Om Satyavikramaya Namaha. Om Satyasiddhaya Namaha. Om Satyachyutaya Namaha. Om Satyaviraya Namaha. Om Satyabodhaya Namaha. Om Satyadharmaya Namaha. Om Satyagrajaya Namaha. Om Satya Santushtaya Namaha. Om Satya Varahaya Namaha. Om Satya Parayanaya Namaha. Om Satya Purnaya Namaha. Om Satyaushadaya Namaha. Om Satya Shashvataya Namaha. Om Satya Pravardhanaya Namaha. Om Satya Vivave Namaha. Om Satya Jeshtaya Namaha. Om Satya Shrestaya Namaha. Om Satya Vikramine Namaha. Om Satya Dhanine Namaha. Om Satya Medaya Namaha. Om Satya Dhiraya Namaha. Om Satya Kritave Namaha. Om Satya Kalaya Namaha. Om Satya Vatsalaya Namaha. Om Satya Vasave Namaha. Om Satya Moghaya Namaha. Om Satya Rudraya Namaha. Om Satya Brahmane Namaha. Om Satya Amrithaya Namaha. Om Satya Vedangaya Namaha. Om Satya Chaduratmane Namaha. Om Satya Bhoktre Namaha. Om Satya Shuchaye Namaha. Om Satya Chitaya Namaha. Om Satyendriyaya Namaha. Om Satya Sanghaya Namaha. Om Satya Swargaya Namaha. Om Satya Niyamaya Namaha. Om Satya Vedaya Namaha. Om Satya Vedhyaya Namaha. Om Satya Piyushaya Namaha. Om Satya Mayaya Namaha. Om Satya Mohaya Namaha. Om Satya Sundaraya Namaha. Om Satya Sagaraya Namaha. Om Satya Tapase Namaha. Om Satya Singhaya Namaha. Om Satya Mrigaya Namaha. Om Satya Lokapalakaya Namaha. Om Satya Sthitaya Namaha. Om Satya Rakshakaya Namaha. Om Satya Dikpalakaya Namaha. Om Satya Darudharaya Namaha. Om Satya Pujaya Namaha. Om Satya Vakyaya Namaha. Om Satya Guruve Namaha. Om Satya Nyaya Namaha. Om Satya Sakshi Namaha. Om Satya Samvrthaya Namaha. Om Satya Sampradayaya Namaha. Om Satya Vakve Namaha. Om Satya Vayave Namaha. Om Satya Shikshakaya Namaha. Om Satyanandaya Namaha. Om Satya Nirajaya Namaha. Om Satya Sripadaya Namaha. Om Satya Gughyaya Namaha. Om Satyodharaya Namaha. Om Satya Hridayaya Namaha. Om Satya Kamalaya Namaha. Om Satya Nalaya Namaha. Om Satya Astaya Namaha. Om Satya Bhagave Namaha. Om Satya Jigvaya Namaha. Om Satya Mukhyaya Namaha. Om Satya Damstraya Namaha. Om Satya Nasikaya Namaha. Om Satya Shrotre Namaha. Om Satya Chakshushe Namaha. Om Satya Shirase Namaha. Om Satya Magudaya Namaha. Om Satyambaraya Namaha. Om Satya Bharanaya Namaha. Om Satya Yudaya Namaha. Om Satya Shri Vallabhaya Namaha. Om Satya Guptaya Namaha. Om Satya Dhritaya Namaha. Om Satya Bhamavatarakaya Namaha. Om Satya Griharupane Namaha. Om Satyanarayna Swamine Namaha. Nanavidha Parivada Patra Pushpani Samarpayami.
सेवन्तिकात्मकुलचाम्पकपाटलाब्जैः पुण्णागजातकरवीररसालपुष्पैः बिल्वप्रवालतुलसी दलमञ्जरीभिः त्वं पूजयामि जगदीश्वर मे प्रसीद। एतानि नानाविधपुष्पाणि ओम भगवते श्री महालक्ष्मी सहिताय श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः। Now you have the green color tulsi leaf. Om Tulsim Hem. Take more. तुलसीं हेम रूपां च रत्न रूपां च मंजरीं भवमोक्ष प्रजा नित्यं अर्पयामि हरिप्रिया इदं तुलसी दलम तुलसी पत्रम भगवते श्री सत्य नारायणाय नमः तुलसी दलम समर्पयामि. After the tulsi dal, use all kind of powders. ओम अहिरिव भोगैः परयेतिं बाहुं ज्याया हेतिं परिबाधमानः हस्तगनो विश्वा मयूरनिर्विद्वनकुमरकुमरकुमरकुं समपरिपातो विश्वतः श्वेतचूर्णं रक्तचूर्णं हरिद्रां कुङ्कुमं तथा सिन्दूरेणार्चितो देव अतः शान्तिं प्रयच्छ मे नाना परिमल सौभाग्य द्रव्यं समर्पयामि गन्धद्वारां दुरादर्शाम् ईश्वरी सर्वभूतानां नाना परिमल सौभाग्य द्रव्यानि समर्पयामि. Then 2 times water in another plate. ओम ब्राह्मणोस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः पुरुषतश्वैश्यः पद्भ्यागुं शूद्रो अजायत. ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः धूपम आघ्रापयामि. One more time water. ओम चंद्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुः सूर्यो अजायत श्रोताद्रष्टाग्निश्च वायुर्जायत. ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः दीपकं संदर्शयामि. Now you have one green color betel leaf. Take one betel leaf. Take one betel nut. Take minimum one banana and any other fruit. Because Rambha Phalam, right? और कोई बीजी फ्रूट है तो बीजा भी ले लो. Right. Hold it in your hand, right? Little bit water. Om Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah. ओम नाभ्या आसीदंतरिक्षकुं शीर्ष्णौद्यौहौ समवर्तता पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशः तथा लोकाम् अकल्पयन्. ओम भगवते श्री सत्यदेवाय नमः इदं रंभाफल नैवेद्य सहितं रंभाफल पूर्वकं नानाविध फल नैवेद्यानि समर्पयामि. Offer in 5 times. ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा ओम अपानाय स्वाहा ओम व्यानाय स्वाहा ओम उदानाय स्वाहा ओम समानाय स्वाहा. 5 times water in the empty copper plate. ओम मध्ये मध्ये पानीयं जलं समर्पयामि. उत्तरापोषणं समर्पयामि. हस्तप्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि. मुखप्रक्षालनं समर्पयामि. करोद्वरार्थे गंधं समर्पयामि. You already offered the pugi phal tambula, means betel leaf and nuts, so just touch your hand. Om jatapurukhena havikha deva jagyamatanvat vasantosyasidajyam grishma sharadvabihi idam mukhvasarthe pugi phal tambulam samarpayami. 1 spoon water. pugi phal tambulante suddhachmaniyam samarpayami. The little bit rice chokha akshata. ओम हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे भूतस्य जातः पतिरेक आसीत् सदाधार पृथिवीं द्यामुते मां कसमये देवाय हविखा विदेम. इदं सर्वदक्षिणार्थे अक्षतान् समर्पयामि. ओम जयतीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति श्रीकाहस्तानि गङ्गिनः देखागुं सहस्रयोजनेव धन्वानि तन्मसि जानिकानि च पापानि जन्मान्तर तानि सर्वाणि नश्यन्तु प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे. इदं मंत्र प्रदक्षिणां समर्पयामि. मंत्र प्रदक्षिणान्ते take the flower petals and rice in your hand, and this is the final namaskar. ओम अमोघं पुंडरीकाक्षं नृसिंहं दैत्यशूदनं हृषीकेशं जगन्नाथं वागीशं वरदायकं गुणत्रयं गुणातीतं गोविन्दं गरुडध्वजं जनार्दनं जनानन्दं जानकी वल्लभं जयं प्रणमामि सदा सत्यनारायणमतः परं दुर्गमे विषमे घोरे शत्रुभिः परिपीडिते विविधा आपत्सु दुष्टेषु तथा अन्येषु अपि तद्भयम् नामानि एतानि संकीर्त्य ईप्सितं फलमाप्नुयात् श्री सत्यनारायणं देवं वन्देऽहं कामदं प्रभुम् लीलया च ततो विश्वं जेन तस्मै नमो नमः। ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। ओम महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्। ओम भगवते श्री सत्यनारायणाय नमः। प्रार्थना पूर्वकं नमस्कारान् समर्पयामि। अनेन कृतेन पूजनेन भगवान् श्री सत्यनारायण देवता प्रियतां नमः नमः। वन स्पून वाटर इन द एम्प्टी कॉपर प्लेट। बोल दे श्री सत्यदेव भगवान की जय जय। Now after this puja part, now we have a story. One Jayanti ji, one you, one chapter, or yeah. Okay. Please come here, sir.
Come here.
इकडे. In the Marathi. In Kannada, what do we say? Come here. Oh, Tamil. Okay.
Not Kannada.
He never teach me Tamil.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you responsible.
Yeah. Huh? So here is the mic. Chapter 1. Okay. Take one flower petal in your hand, and end of each chapter we have to offer this flower to Bhagwan. अथ श्री सत्यनारायण व्रत कथायां प्रथमोऽध्यायः। श्री व्यासुवाच एकदा नैमिषारण्ये ऋषयः सौनकादयः प्रपच्छुर्मुनयः सर्वे सूतं पौराणिकं खलु। ऋषयः ऊचुः व्रतेन तपसा किं वा प्राप्स्यते वाञ्छितं फलं तत्सर्वं श्रोतुमिच्छामि कथयस्व महामुने। सूतुवाच नारदेनैव सम्पृष्टो भगवान् कमलापतिः सुरर्षैकथैवाः तत्सृत्वं समाहिताः। The story of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Swami, chapter 1.
Once upon a time, while traveling the three worlds, Yogiraj Narad Muni reached Prithvilok planet Earth. He saw the human beings suffering immensely. He visited the abode of Lord Vishnu, who alone can relieve the mankind from the sufferings. There he met the Almighty Lord Vishnu with 4 arms having Shankha, Chakra, Gada and Padma, wearing Tulsi Mala plant in his neck. He started to pray and requested, "O Lord, you are the supreme power. Nothing can touch you, not even wind or mind can get you. Your power is limitless. You know everything. You help your devotees to overcome their sufferings and sorrows." Hearing all the pleadings of Sadhu Narad Muni, the Almighty Supreme Lord Vishnu, knowing everything, asked Narad Muni, "Oh Narad, why have you come to me and what do you want from me? Tell me, I want to hear from the same from you." Yogi Raj Narad Muni replied, "Oh Lord, I just went to Prithvilok where I saw all kinds of human beings suffering and sorrow due to their previous karma. Oh Lord, The Almighty is there. No way that their suffering becomes less, or is it possible that they can complete moksha, a relief from their sufferings. If so, please let us know. The Lord at once replied, "O Narad, you have asked a very good question for their benefit of all humankind. To free man, kind from all sufferings, and to all ultimately reach heaven, there is one word fast. And today I will tell you all about it. Anyone who does Sri Satyanarayana's birth and puja prayer in the right way will get all the pleasures on earth and will reach his goal. Yogi Raj Narad Muni then asked, "Oh Lord, has anyone kept their fast before? This birth is done on which day and how exactly is it done? Please do not let us know all the details. Who's over? Who's over? Ever does Bhagwan Sri Satya Narayanaji's Katha with Brahmin and with his family with full rights will be relieved of his sufferings and sorrows, will be bestowed with increased wealth and wisdom, will be blessed with children, get overall victory and increased devotion. For this prayer, one requires ripe bananas, ghee, milk, and churi made with wheat flour, ghee, and sugar. After the prayers, all present must have the prasad and take their meals together and sing instances, praise and chant mantras of Lord Satyanarayana. By doing this, their wishes will be fulfilled. But this birth in Karyal gives the bone reward very quickly.
This chapter of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Swami Ji over in Sri Skanda Purane Reva Khande Sri Satyanarayana Prathayam Prathamodhyaya Bol Sri Satyadev Bhagwan Ki Jai. Again take one flower petal. Now chapter 2.
The Lord said, "Oh Narad, now I will tell you about the first person to read this fast. In a place named Sundarkashipur, there used to live a very innocent Brahmin. In hunger and thirst, he used to roam for his daily bread. When the loving Lord saw the Brahmin in sorrow and begging daily, he took the disguise of an old Brahmin and asked him, 'Oh dear, why are you so sad? Please tell me all about your difficulties. Is there any way I could help you out?' The Brahmin told the Lord, 'I am a poor Brahmin and I roam daily for bread. Do you know if there is any way to come out of all this sorrow?' The old Brahmin, the Lord said, 'Lord Satyanarayana ji grants all the wishes of all the people. Dear Brahmin, that is why if you pray to him and keep his fast, you will overcome all your sorrow and get moksha.' After telling him all the details of the prayer and the fast, the old Brahmin, the Lord disappeared. The Brahmin could not sleep that night. He kept thinking of the fast and the prayer which the Lord had asked him to do. In the morning, he woke up with the thought that anyhow he must do the prayer and went out for his bhiksha. On that day, the Brahmin got a lot of money from which he bought all the necessary things for the prayer, called his family, and did Lord Satyanarayna's prayer. By doing so, the Brahmin overcame all his sorrows and became rich. From that time onward, he used to do the prayers every month without fail. In this way, whoever does Lord Satyanarayna's prayer will get moksha. Everyone on earth who does this prayer will be relieved from all sorrows. When Narad Muni noticed that the people on earth were eager to know about other people who kept this fast, he narrated another story. The same Brahmin, now a rich person, used to do the prayer every month without fail with his family. Once he was doing his prayer, a woodcutter passed by there. After keeping the bundle of wood outside Brahmin's house, he went in for some water. The thirsty woodcutter saw the Brahmin doing his prayers. He bowed down to the Brahmin and asked him, "Oh Brahmin, what are you doing? Please tell me all about it." The Brahmin replied, "To grant all the wishes of human beings, this fast and prayer is useful. I have acquired all the wealth and fame by doing this prayer, O Lord Satyanarayana. After hearing about the prayer and drinking the water, the woodcutter felt happy. He ate the prasad and left for his house. Thinking of Lord Satyanarayana in his mind, he said, whatever today I get from selling the wood, I will also do this prayer." So thinking, he kept the bundle of wood on his head and left homeward. On the way home, he went roaming in Sundanagar for selling the wood. On that day, he got 4 times more money than usual for the wood. Feeling happy, he went and bought all the things necessary for the prayers, ripe banana, sugar, ghee, wheat flour, etc., and proceeded homeward. On reaching his house and after cleaning it, he called his family and did the prayer with due respect. The reward of the fast was that he became rich and had all the pleasures of life on this earth, and in the end of his life, he went to heaven. This
This
chapter
chapter
of
of
Lord
Lord Sri
Satyanarayana
Satyanarayana Swami Jivavarani Sri Asanda Purane Reva Sri Satyanarayana Prathayam Dutiyo Adhyaya Om Sri Satyadeva Bhagavan Ki Jai Atha Tritiyo Adhyaya Jai Babu. अथ तृतीयोऽध्याय पुरा च उल्कामुखो नाम निर्मासे महामतिः जितेन्द्रियः सत्यवादी जजौ देवालयं प्रति दिने दिने धनं दत्त्वा द्विजान् सन्तोषयत् सुधीः. Now chapter 3.
Saturaj Narad said, "Oh dear people, now let me tell you another story. There was a king named Ulkamuk. He was very wise. He would go daily to the temple and give donation to the Brahmins. His wife was a pious and beautiful lady. At the bank of Madhushala river, one day, when they were doing Lord Sri Satyanarayana's prayer, a wealthy businessman was passing from there. He anchored his boat and went up to the king and asked, "O king, what are you doing with so much bhakti? I wish to know. Please tell me all about it." The king replied, "O merchant, I am praying to the great Almighty, the boon giver, Lord Satyanarayana for a son." The merchant, on hearing this, requested the king to tell him all about the fast and prayer, as he was childless too. The king told him the full details of the prayer and fast. After hearing all the details, he decided in his mind to keep this fast. The merchant then left homeward. On reaching home, he told his wife Lilavati all about the fast and prayer and said, "We will do this fast when we get a child." One day, with the grace of Lord Satyanarayana, his wife became pregnant. In the 10 months' time, she gave birth to a beautiful daughter. They named her Kalavati. Days passed by. One day, Lilavati slowly and sweetly reminded her husband about the prayer and fast and requested him to fulfill his promise. The merchant told his wife that during the time of Kalavati's wedding, it would be easy to observe the same. for at the moment he was busy in his business. So, saying, he left for his business trip to various villages. Kalavati grew up to a beautiful girl. When the merchant saw that his daughter was of a marriageable age, he called the matchmaker and requested him to search an equal match for his daughter. Hearing the merchant's request, the matchmaker reached Kanchannagar. From there, he brought the proposal of a young, handsome boy. The merchant liked the proposal, for the boy had all the good qualities too. He then spoke to the boy's parents and fixed his daughter's marriage. The marriage was done with all the religious ceremony and rituals. Unfortunately, the merchant forgot all about his promise to the Lord Satyanarayna's prayer and fast. The Lord got angry at the false promise made by the merchant. The merchant, after a few days, left for his business trip with his son in law. They anchored their boat in a beautiful village named Ratnapur. In those days, King Chandraketu used to rule the village. The Lord was angry with the merchant for the false promise made by him, and so he wanted to teach him a lesson. One day, the thieves robbed the wealth of a king and they went and stayed where the merchant was staying. Seeing the guards following them, they left all the loot over there where the merchant was staying and hid themselves. When the guards reached the merchant's place, they saw all the king's wealth. Thinking them to be robbers, they handcuffed the merchant and his son in law and took them to the king and told him that they were responsible for the theft. The king, without questioning or listening to them, ordered to put them in a dark cell. Due to Lord Satyanarayana's Maya, nobody hurt them. Even their wealth was confiscated by the king. At the merchant's house, the thieves robbed all their wealth, and his wife and daughter had to beg for their daily bread. One day, begging for food, Kalavati reached a Brahmin's house where at that time Lord Satyanarayana's puja was going on. After listening to the prayer and taking the prasad, she left for home. By that time, it had become dark. Lilavati was worried. She asked her daughter Kalavati, "Why are you so late?" To which Kalavati told her mother, "Oh, mother, today in the Brahmin's house I heard a prayer. By doing this prayer and fast, all your wishes get fulfilled." On hearing this, Lilavati started doing all the preparation for the prayer of Lord Satyanarayana. She did the fast and prayer and asked the Lord for forgiveness and prayed that her husband and her son in law should return home safely. Lord Satyanarayana was pleased with the prayer and fast. One day, he told King Chandraketu in his dream, "O king, you must release the merchant and his son in law from the dark cell tomorrow morning. Give them their wealth and set them free. If you do not do so, your kingdom will be destroyed." In the morning, the king called the court people and told them about the dream. The court people, after hearing about the dream, came to the conclusion to free the merchant and his son in law. They asked the guards to bring the prisoners from the dark cell. King Chandraketu gave them good clothes, all their wealth, and plus some more, and set them free. The king told them that due to their wrongdoings, they had to undergo this suffering. But now there was nothing to fear, and they could go back home. They bowed down to the king and left homewards. This chapter of Lord Satyanarayana Ji over.
स्वामी जी over देश स्कंद पुराणे रेवा खंडे श्री सत्यनारायण व्रत कथायाम तृतीयोध्याय बोध श्री सत्यदेव भगवान की जय। अथ चतुर्थोध्याय यात्रा तु कृतवान् साधुर मंगलायन पूर्विकाम् ब्राह्मणेभ्यो धनं दत्त्वा ददातु नगरं जजौ कियद्दूरे गते साधु सत्यनारायण प्रभो जिज्ञासां कृतवान् साधौ किमस्ति तरणौ तव। Now chapter 4.
Sutaji said, the merchant prayed first and then gave some wealth to the groundless. Before starting his journey, before starting his journey homewards. When they went little further, Lord Satyanarayana wanted to test them. He took the disguise of an old man and went up to the merchant and asked him, "What is in your boat? Give me little from there." In his ego and pride, the merchant replied, "Oh, old man, we have nothing in our boat except hay and leaves." On hearing such harsh words of the merchant, the Lord said, "Your words will be true." So saying, he went from there and sat on the bank of the river. When the Lord went away, the boat started to rise higher in the water. The merchant was surprised at this. When he went to check in his boat, he saw that his boat was filled with leaves and hay only. Seeing this, he fainted. When he came to his senses, he was very much worried. He said, "How could this happen to me?" At this, his son in law told him, "Do not cry over this. All this happened because you spoke harshly to the old man and lied to him. Still, nothing is lost. You could go back to him and ask for his forgiveness. He will set everything right." The merchant, after hearing the words of his son in law, went in search of the old man. He bowed down before him and with respect said, "O Lord, please forgive me for the false, harsh words that I have spoken to you." So saying, he bowed down with tears of sorrow in his eyes. When the Lord saw the merchant in his state of sorrowness and crying for forgiveness, he said, "Do not cry. Listen to me, O foolish person. Due to your false promise, you have seen all this sorrow and suffering." On hearing the Lord say this, the merchant said, "O Lord, nobody can recognize your Maya. Not even the gods or Brahmins know your ways and forms. I promise that I will pray to you." So saying, he asked for forgiveness. He said, "Please forgive me and let my boat be filled with wealth and once again like before." On hearing the merchant's words, filled with bhakti, the Lord was happy and he fulfilled his wish. When the merchant mounted his boat and saw it full with wealth again, he thanked the Lord and said, "With Lord Satyanarayana's grace, my wish is fulfilled. When I reach home, I will do his prayer and fast." So saying, he left homewards. When the merchant saw his hometown Ratnapur in nearing, he sent a message in advance to his house to inform his wife and daughter of his homecoming. The messenger, on reaching the merchant's house, bowed down to the merchant's wife and gave them the most awaited news that the merchant and his son in law have reached Ratnapur. Leelavati had just finished doing her Satyanarayana Puja. She told her daughter to finish doing the prayer and then come and receive her husband and her father. Kalavati finished doing her quickly without taking the prasad, left to meet her husband. The Lord got angry at her behavior. So he drowned her husband with the boat. When Kalavati did not see her husband, she was shocked and she fainted on the floor. In seeing his daughter in this state of affairs and sudden disappearance of the boat, the merchant was shocked. He prayed Lord Satyanarayanji, asked him for forgiveness and prayed to the Lord to take them out of this difficulty. The Lord then made an announcement, "O merchant, your daughter is in a hurry to meet her husband, has left my prasad. Hence, you cannot see her husband. Now, when she goes back and takes the prasad with due respect and then returns, only then she will see her husband." On hearing the voice, Kalavati ran home, ate the prasad, and came back and met her husband. When the merchant saw this, he was very happy. The merchant then did Lord Satyanarayanji's prayer and fast with his family every month. Finally, he had all the pleasures of life, and after death, he went to heaven. This chapter of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Swami Jijovarati Sri Asana Purane Reva Khande Sri Satyanarayana Vrata Kathayam Chaturtho अध्यायः बोल श्री सत्यदेव भगवान की जय. Now last chapter, it is called Upsamhar, chapter 5. Again take the one flower petal in your hand. Now chapter 5. Suji said, "O people, listen further to another story. A king named Tungadhwaj was famous for his generosity to his subjects, but he had to suffer a lot due to the disrespect he had shown to the prayer of Lord Sri Satyanarayana ji and his prasad, which he did not accept when it was offered to him. One day, when hunting in a forest, he sat down under a tree. There he saw a few villagers doing the prayer of Lord Sri Satyanarayana ji. The king saw all this, but due to his false ego, neither did he join them nor bow down to the idol of the Lord when the villagers gave him the prasad. He did not accept it and went away from there." Then what happened? So then when the king reached his kingdom, he saw that everything was destroyed and all his 100 sons were lying dead on the floor. The king realized that this had happened all due to his false ego. So thinking, he started walking towards the place where the villagers were doing their prayers. There with them, he did the prayers of Lord Sri Satyanarayana ji and had the prasad and charnamrita and put it in all his sons' mouth. By doing this, all his sons became all right. He got back all his wealth and comforts of life, and finally, in the end, after he died, he went to heaven. Suji said, "Anybody who keeps this fast with full faith and recite the prayers of Lord Sri Satyanarayana ji, all he wishes will be fulfilled. With the grace of the Lord, he will get eternity. The wealthless will receive wealth and will go to heaven, and finally will come out of the circle of the birth and death. In this way, whoever does Lord Sri Satyanarayana's prayer will be free from all sorrows and will ultimately reach heaven and get a moksha." This chapter of Lord Sri Satyanarayana Swami is over. Iti Sri Skanda Purane Reva Khande Sri Satyanarayana Vrat Kathayam Panchamo Adhyayah. बोल श्री सत्यदेव भगवान की जय. अच्युतम केशवम राम नारायणम कृष्ण दामोदरम वासुदेव
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jai.
So what is the message of this 5 chapters? The message is, in one word, it is called Sharanagati. Sharanagati of Bhagavan Ji. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah priyupasate atesam nityabhipranam. Lord Krishna says, right? So, in one word, that Saransa, the Sartattva is the Sharanagati. So now next is the take again flour, a little bit rice. Do you have time? Yopam pushpam veda.
Yopam pushpam veda
Pushpan prajavan pashuman bhavati chandramava apam pushpam pushpavan prajavan pashuman bhavati ya evam veda yopamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati yo agneraayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati apo agneraayatanam ayatanavan bhavati ya evam veda yopamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati apamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati yo vayorayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati apo vairayorayatanam ayatanavan bhavati ya evam veda yopamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati Shyovaitapannapamayatanam ayatanavan bhavati yo mushyatapana ayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati apova amushyatapana ayatanavan bhavati ya evam veda yopamayatanam veda ayatanavan bhavati nakshatrani va आयतनवान् भवति आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति नक्षत्राणि वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो नक्षत्राणाम् आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै नक्षत्राणाम् आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः पर्जन्यस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै पर्जन्यस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यत् संवत्सरस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योऽप्सु नावं प्रतिष्ठितां वेद प्रत्येव तिष्ठति ॐ राजाधिराजाय प्रसज्ञ सागिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः वसुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्
मंत्र पुष्पांजलिं समर्पयामि। Then clockwise 4 times pradakshina. Om je tirtani prasharanti srika vastani khangirah dekham sahasrayojane vadhanvari tanmase janikani chapani janamani karavani jatani sarvani diyantu pradakshina pade pade mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam sureswara पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे ओम साष्टांग नमस्कार you can do that काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी शशशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभनोरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सदनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदः शतम् water in your hand just 1 spoon water ओम अद्य just hold it ओम अद्य कृतैतत सांग सायुध स्ववाहन भगवान श्री सत्यनारायण पूजन कर्मणि अंतर्गतेन जत जत कर्म कृतम तत्तत भगवान श्री सत्यनारायण देवता चरणारविंदे अर्पण मस्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा करोमि यद्य सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु take little bit akshata now this akshata on the ganesha on the kalash where on the ganesha on the kalash on the navagraha and if you have shalagram then don't put it on the except the salagram everywhere okay ओम जानतु देवगणः सर्वे पूजामादाय मामके इष्टकाम समृद्ध्यर्थं पुनरागमनाय च now next is we will offer the prasad to Bhagwan ji Jammavan and whatever the fruit in the plate that is yours okay so now you guys sponsors you are free to come in the town hall and don't forget the pure prasad okay okay and we will offer the prasad ji Bhagwan ji and then we will do aarti okay and during the aarti we have 2 lanes one lane from this side and one lane from that side so everyone will get the aarti
Satyanarayana Dev Prabhu Satyanarayana દેવ દૂધનો તોકન સાર કર્યો છે દૂધનો તોકન સાર કર્યો છે આરોગો સત્ય દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ સ્વાદિષ્ટ સુંદર મેવો સુધાર્યો સ્વાદિષ્ટ સુંદર
મેવો સુધાર્યો
વાલધરીને
દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ મંડપ રચોશુ શોભિત સારો મંડપ રચોશુ શોભિત સારો પુષ્પ સુગંધી વેલ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ ભક્તાદિન પ્રભુ આપ કહેવાણા ભક્તાદિન પ્રભુ આપ કહેવાણા ભક્તો કરે નિત્ય સેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ કલયુગે તમો
સત્ય કહેવાના કલયુગે તમો
સત્ય કહેવાના કરો છો કુશળ છે
દયાળુ પ્રભુ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ
સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
દાસના દાસની
એવી વિનંતી દાસના દાસની
એવી વિનંતી વ્રત કરેલું બહુ છે
દયાળુ પ્રભુ
સત્યનારાયણ દેવ સત્યનારાયણ દેવ દયાળુ પ્રભુ
સત્યનારાયણ દેવ
શ્રી સત્યનારાયણ
દેવ કી જય. So we have two lanes of the Aarti. So just only one request, do not block in the middle because online devotees, they are watching us. Okay? And first give chance to our sponsors. Om idagum have prajananam me astu dasaviragum sarvaganagum swasthaye atmasani prajasani pasusani lokasanya bhayasani agnim prajam bahulam ve karo tvannam payoreto asmasu datta. Om jaya jagadish hare swami jaya jagadish hare
Om Jaya Jagadish Hare Srinatham Mere Sharan Padumaki Saki Swami Sharan Padumaki Saki Dina Orna Duja Prabhu Dina Orna Duja Aja Karumaki Saki Om Jaya Jagadish Hare Paramatma Swami Kumanandayami Arya Brahma Parameshwara Arya Brahma Parameshwara Tumasabake Swami Om Jaya Jagadish Hare तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं मूर्त जल स्वामी मैं
Om Pranaya Swaha, Om Apanaya Swaha, Om Vyaya Swaha, Om Pranaya Swaha, Om Samanaya Swaha, Om Sahanavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavai, Tejasvinamani Namaskama Vikrishavagai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Purnamaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaः, sarve santu nirāmyaः, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kashchit दुःखभाग् भवेत्। बोल श्री गजानन गणपति महाराज की, श्री पवन सुत हनुमान की, श्री अम्बे मात की, श्री गणराज धरण की, श्री बालकृष्ण लाल की, श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की, श्री श्यामति रामचंद्र भगवान की, श्री सत्यनारायण देव की, श्री उमापति महादेव की। हर नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव। Thank you everyone, and please take Aarti, and after the Aarti we have Mahaprasad at down the stairs at the dining hall. So don't forget to take Mahaprasad. Thank you. And online devotees, please take online live Aarti only at YouTube channel. तुमने तो हनुमान जी बन जाएगी वो। Three online devotees.